So good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday, March 15th. Crazy, crazy day. Well, I really wanted to come on this morning because a lot of stuff's going on, and this last week has just been a hodgepodge of stuff, right? And so I didn't feel that tonight's team huddle was going to be the best opportunity to talk about those things. So I just figured I'd come on. I had some time and really wanted to sit down with everybody and just kind of go over some stuff. But first and foremost, I really wanted to come on this morning. I woke up at about 5:15, and I just had this moment of humbleness and gratitude. I've kind of been experiencing it for the last couple of weeks, and it's just been growing and growing. And so, first and foremost, I want to tell you, and Jeremiah does too, but he's watching Jake right now. I just how extremely proud of all of you we are right now. So many of you guys are just showing up as exceptional leaders. I mean, you guys are just really showing up with the Optavia mentality right now, and really embracing the habits of transformational leadership. A lot of you guys are embracing what we call the 6 habits. And if you don't know them, I'm going to kind of go over them with you. This is one of the coins that we have that really talk about that. You know, you guys are really leading from the future right now and acting in the now, which is our first habit. You guys are taking responsibility for a lot of things, even things that really aren't in your control, and embracing those obstacles as the way. You know, you're taking that personal responsibility for these things. You're really awakening what's possible for people. You guys are just showing up. And I just want to say thank you. In this day and age right now that we're living in, not many people are doing what you guys are doing. So I want you guys to be super proud of yourselves for everything that you guys are doing, because I see a lot of you guys posting inspiration. You guys are still leading with your health. A lot of you guys are in March Madness. You guys are doing the hard things through so much that's going on right now. So I just want to say thank you. You know, there's a lot of you guys are in a whirlwind of chaos. A lot of you guys are having difficult times. You know, the world in general right now is at an unprecedented state. We have not seen this in our lifetime about what's going on in the world around us. And you guys, it can be hard, right? If we allow it to be hard. But what do we know? You know, these obstacles are here to show us where to grow, where to show up. And a lot of the world needs our help right now. I think you could agree that the world really needs what Optavia has in store for them right now. And so I wanted to come on and talk about a couple of things. Number one, I think we're in a really good season of opportunity right now. But there's also some changes that are going to be happening as we kind of move forward. So I wanted to kind of go through some of those things with all of you guys. Okay. So first and foremost, you guys are probably seeing some events that are being canceled and things like that. We want to reassure everybody that we're trying to be proactive. And with Optavia, it's all about being proactive, right? We're being proactive with our health. We're being proactive with our mindset. We're being proactive with our finances. We're being proactive in everything and being conscious beings so that we can really get the best outcome. I don't think that there is a better time to embrace the E+R=O equation that Jamil talks about. Events happen, our reaction to them gives us our outcome. We're having events left and right constantly. And this isn't just, I mean, there's so many personal events that are going on in people's lives, right? We've got what's going on with Jeremiah's dad in the hospital and things like that. We've gone on 3 weeks with that. We also got some new stuff that happened this week. Like that happens. And then we have around what's going on in the world around us, right? And so many of you guys have got personal events that are going on in your life that are affecting you, but things that are going around us in the world. okay, with the coronavirus and all this happening. So with that, I want to talk about some events. You guys know that the Rise Up Summit was postponed, not canceled, but postponed. So some of you guys were registered for that. If you guys haven't seen that, it's just being postponed physically. Now, guess what we are doing? We are doing the Rise Up event virtually. So this is really cool. We have opened this up to all of the coaches in the organization for a virtual Rise Up Summit. So tell your coaches, you guys, and those that aren't on call right now, you're seeing this live. We are going to be coming live on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday morning, starting at 8 a.m. Until noon. So get comfortable, grab coffee, grab your blanket, be prepared to be inspired. So this is such a beautiful blessing. We had already planned to have this time dedicated to you guys anyways. A lot of you were actually going to be presenters, which are really kind of cool. You guys are still going to have those opportunities to talk about those things. So this is going to be incredible. So make sure that you guys can show up for this. It's going to be amazing. So block that out on your calendar. And if you guys aren't in the Rise Up group, make sure that you go in there, because all of that information is going to be in there live, and all the updates in the schedule. Now, we know some of you guys are still working. Some of you guys are now working remotely from home. So the great thing about this is there's some flexibility. There's going to be a schedule about who's going to be talking in what subjects, so that if you can't sit your butt in the seat for 4 hours, it's not conducive to your schedule and things like that. No big deal. You'll be able to see the itinerary, and you guys can tune into the times where you think it's going to be most beneficial for you. So that's really, really cool. I'm super excited about that happening. And then just know that the Rise Up Summit itself actually will happen in person. So any of you guys that have paid for the registration, don't worry, you're not going to get refunded right now, but those fees are going to go up to the next Rise Up Summit that's going to happen in person. So your registration's already paid for, everything's already taken care of. We've got that. You guys are set in stone. Okay, so that's all taken care of. Any questions about that so far, about the Rise Up Summit, that you guys, if you want to, put it in the chat, and then at the end I'll go through any questions on that. So kind of go through that. Now, the next thing that we were talking about a little bit is so I have the honor to be on the leadership team with Jamil and some of the leaders within his organization, and in dynamic leadership. And we were talking about our own personal events that we hold. And he wanted to say, exercise some extreme caution with your local gatherings. We know that building community is key, and that's really the heartbeat behind Optavia, is that community and that support. Well, we don't want to just cancel everything outright. So if we can do things virtually, guess what? That's going to be the most, conducive to kind of keep the momentum going. So we had two things going on with our family in the Transformation Tribe within the Relaford team. And that was our Be Fed community lunches that happen every single Wednesday, in Reno at Yosha's, and then also our Health and Hope event that we were planning for in May. So with everything that's going on, we did two things. Number one, let's talk about Be Fed first. So we have decided, Jeremiah started talking about this. Well, if they're doing Rise Up Summit virtually, why can't we do our community lunches virtually? So we decided that we are going to do Be Fed virtually. And so every Wednesday, we're going to just spend an hour. So we're going to shrink down the time. We're going to do it from 12 to 1. Everybody bring your lean and green meals. We're going to have fun. We're going to talk about some different topics. We're going to come together as a community. We're going to open it up. It's probably going to get all loud and noisy in the Zoom room, which is going to be kind of fun. But some of our leaders that were going to the Be Fed event, like Slim and Lisa and Kari and Pearl, when we came together, we were talking about this last time, that we wanted to bring value to these events. And so we are thinking about creating a document with certain topics that we are going to cover. So last week, I brought in information about how to lead with emotional intelligence, how to get out of the drama triangle, and then ask each individual person, based on what I covered, what they found value in and how they were going to move forward. Well, we're going to create a document that actually has that. And so each person that wants to participate in this, we're going to open up a document, and you guys can pick a topic that you want to talk about and have it be just like a roundtable discussion. Have, you know, tons of food, and we're going to sit there and eat and come together. So we'll be creating that document this week, and have fun. So I'm going to put it in the Transformation Tribe, you know, and send it to you guys directly, and pick a day and time and a topic that you think would be amazing. So as you guys are coming with topics that you think would be amazing for our community to hear about and things like that, well, we're going to do that. And what's really cool is I think that we'll probably do this live. Um, we'll post it actually in our Living Our Best Life. So as we go live here, we'll have somebody share it into Living Your Best Life. And I think that that would be really kind of cool for them to participate in it as well and be a part of the community. So no, Slim, so those people that are, I'm just reading Slim's comment. For everybody that's not in the Living the Best Life group, add them to the group. They already kind of know what we're talking about anyways, even if you haven't done a health assessment on them. The people that are active at the lunch and things like that, invite them to the group so that they can come in and be a part of it. And then that way they start to be a part of the community anyways. And so the people that are a part of Be Fed, you know, they're not going to have access to the document. Only the coaches will have access to that document, because we just want the coaches to be the ones leading those calls when we're talking about those. So I'll create all of this today, and so that you can guys get a better picture, but I just kind of want to give you an idea what we had kind of talked about, and we'll probably create more of a foundation for this as we go through the day. Any more questions about that and Be Fed right now? And the virtual. So we'll do it from noon to 1. I'll put probably a new event together in Living Your Best Life so people can know about this and see about it so that they can be participating in that too. Yeah, and this is really cool too. Like I just saw Meryl saying it. This allows everybody that isn't being able to come locally, like Chrissy and Whitney and Shanna and Meryl and, you know, everybody that can't be there locally. This gives us an opportunity to do it virtually. Okay. And then as, you know, this starts to, the fallout from all of the COVID-19 starts to go away, which it will, once that is, you know, said and done, then we'll start to integrate Be Fed back in person and things like that. But this also gives you an opportunity to build your own type of community luncheons and things like that too in your communities, and gives you ideas on what you guys can do in your areas and build that up. So I'm super excited about this. I'm really excited. I think this will bring the community together more so right now, and create more value for this. So another thing that we wanted to talk about was the Health and Hope event that we had scheduled for May 9th. Now, I had reached out to Whitney Peak, and they weren't being so lenient with canceling and moving our date. And so I really reached out to them and said, hey, look, you know, can we have some flexibility with this? And so what we decided to do is that in interim, okay, is moving the date to June 20th. Okay. Now, if things go well as planned and everything seems to get better with the situation, then we will tentatively keep that date. Now, if things go better than expected, right, and we start to see this curve where social distancing is not so much seen and we can move the date back up to May 9th, then we'll definitely do that. Okay, so for right now, tentatively put it on your calendars for June 20th that we're going to do a Health and Hope event. But if we can move that up, we'll move it up. If we need to move it further out, we can do that too. But tentatively, that's where we're putting it right now. And we'll just kind of go from there. Unfortunately, it's the only date they had available in June at that time. So that was kind of where I had to put it. So you know, we'll just kind of see and have some flexibility and discernment with that, okay? And I think that's pretty much it for our community events. Now, if some of you guys have had some community events, you know, planned, right? If you guys are doing your own, BFED events, your community events and things like that, where you're getting together with your clients and things like that, we just want to urge some extreme caution. This is definitely your guys' life and your guys' business. But as we're starting to see, more things kind of happen where they're closing down public places and things like that and gatherings, we just kind of want to encourage you guys to lead with your own health. Also take the health of other people and their families into consideration too, and try to just be as proactive as possible with anything that you've got going there. We are not going to be doing anything where we're getting together and things like that, because we really want to just kind of set the tone and try to really, let's just be real, stop this curve from what we're seeing right now. So if we can be proactive, chances are we're going to be having a better chance of seeing less and less of this outbreak happen. And as we are all a part of health and wellness, I don't think any of us want to get sick or jeopardize our families or the families of others. So that's just kind of the executive decision that we're making, Jeremiah and I, with our team. So, with that, I think really the next thing that I really want to talk about here is really that we're in a season of opportunity. So many of us are sitting here watching the chaos happen within social media, within the news, within the government, everything that's happening all over the news. There's just no escaping it right now, okay? I want you guys to think about what you want to see happen. When this is all said and done, how do you want to be known for what happened during this time? For me, I want to encourage each and every one of you to be proactive. It's very easy for us to be reactive in this state. We're human beings, but where are we living? Are we living above the line, or are we living in scarcity mindset? Are we living in fear? Like, this is a gift that's coming to us right now. And I know a lot of you cannot see it. It is very hard for us to see this as a gift. But I want to shift your mindset a little bit, if you will allow me to, if you're open to hearing this a little bit. This is all about perspective. When I look at this right now, and you'll see a bunch of coaches talking about that right now on some of their feed, they talk about it. The universe is giving people opportunities right now to think about what's really important in life. When we look at things in our life, it's not about belief systems, but values, right? So what do you hold value on? Most of us are looking at the value of our own physical health. We're looking at the value of our families. We're looking for the value of joy. And a lot of the things that are being removed from our life right now are just temporary happiness things, right? So let me talk about this just a little bit more authentically with you guys. People are looking for what we've got. People are looking right now more than anything for leaders, people to guide them. People are scared. People are hopeless. They're concerned about what their futures are going to look like. They're concerned about the health and well-being of their families, their own physical health. They're concerned about their finances. They're concerned about where they're going to find food. They're concerned about all these things. We've never seen anything like this before. The vehicle that we have right now has the opportunity to shift people and bring them back into alignment. So many people have been sleepwalking and out of alignment in everything that they're doing. This is an opportunity, you guys. So how are you sharing this? I want to help lead people out of this, because more people are going to survive this than they're going to walk away from this being tragically impaired. More people are going to survive this. So I want you to think about a couple of things, and these were things that I was thinking about this morning. There was some faulty thinking and concepts, right? So I had kind of written these things down if I can find it. So I've taken so many notes this morning. It's driving me nuts. It really is. Okay, I don't even know where my notes are now. I have pages everywhere. This is a season where this will make or break you. What are you going to choose? Are you going to choose a life of abundance? Or are you going to go to the scarcity mindset? Are you going to face everything and rise? Because fear has two meanings, right? I choose to believe it's face everything and rise. And so with this, I'm looking at how I can go help serve people. I want to be the vehicle, and I want you guys to be the vehicle, if you so choose to go help make a difference in the world right now that everybody's craving. So right now, more than anything, I'm leading with my health like crazy. I'm taking care of my body like crazy. I'm being proactive with it like crazy. I'm getting back to the things that matter like crazy. My focus and dedication on what I want to create and how I show up in this world, I'm focusing on that like crazy. And I'm also looking for those people out there that desire that. And you best believe that everybody is looking for this right now. People are looking to be healthy. They're looking for hope. They're looking for extra financial blessings. They're looking for a community. They're looking for people who care, people that have their best interests at heart when everything else is failing them. I'm not here to put that mindset on you, but this is what we're seeing, right? So how are we going to show up together as a family and as a team and inspire the heck out of people that we're living our best lives in a time when everybody else is so scared? Right? So how are you contending for that? What are you going to put out there? So right now, I know people want to get healthy because they're so scared about the coronavirus right now. And 70% of the United States is overweight and obese. And when you have weight-related conditions and all these other health conditions, look, they're more at a risk. So what can they do right now to be proactive to prevent these things from happening? Optavia. Plainly said, lose weight, learn how to manage your stress and your emotions, be around a community of people that really want to help and lift you up, to challenge your emotions and your mindset, right? This gift is where it's at. So some faulty thinking that's going on. Oh, people just don't have the money right now. They're not going to want to spend the money. Are you kidding me? People aren't going out to eat the way that they were. They're not spending money on stupid things like they were that weren't serving them. People are now at home, so they have less events and things like that that they're going to. They're more focused on watching you and what you do. Their attention span is more on you and social media at this time. They are craving what you've got. So what kind of value are you putting out there right now? So for me, these are the things that I'm going to start doing. I'm going to be talking about how to reduce, your chances of communicable diseases and things like that. Well, lose weight, wash your hands, all those things. Get exercise. That builds your white blood cell count, right? This helps you to be able to fight off things. This is the kind of value. So as you go into your book and your workbook and your life book, which you have more time for now, I'm sure, like the rest of us, right? I don't have the excuses, like I have to take Jake to practice and all of those things. My excuses are less. People's excuses are less at this point, and they're more driven more than ever to go find this. So what kind of things are you sharing? How much energy you have, right? How that you can be able to go spend time doing the things that really matter, how you get to go be present now. So what kind of things are you sharing with that? And look, honestly, people don't want to go to the grocery stores right now to go buy food. And it's all ransacked. A lot of it is, okay? It may get worse. So how awesome is this? We have a food delivery service that gets to go deliver fuelings to their doorstep. They don't even have to go out, and they get whole nutrition, and they're going to get healthy at the same time. So that's another thing too. Shift that thinking, because so many people have come to me and saying, well, people are going to start canceling orders. They're not going to want these things. I've seen more increase in people buying fuelings, getting healthier right now because they do want to get healthier. They're concerned about their health and what's going on. They don't want to go to the grocery stores and buy the, stuff from there. They want whole nutrition, and they want to stay and have social distancing. How awesome is this? It's perspective. So how do you shift that perspective? People are looking for community as well. People are looking for the connection. And as we do our Facebook Live in our Be Fed lunch on Wednesdays, this is going to show them more. Get into the client support group more too. Do lives in there. Talk about your own health journey. Talk about how excited you are for this. Because it ain't going to be just my story. It's going to be Christy's. It's going to be Shanna's. It's going to be Medea's. It's going to be Slim's. It's going to be Whitney's. It's going to be all of you guys. Right? And if we come together as a family and show people what is possible and how we're contending for our best life when other people are struggling, and how easy this is, and how we're growing despite the hard things, people are going to crave that. People are craving good messages right now. They crave hope and inspiration. So what are you guys going to share? So today, I'll be real, I had some cancellations on my schedule. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to think about, what do I want people to know? How do I want to show up? What kind of value can I give people right now? Because people are looking for value. How can they? They're seeking answers in a world of chaos. Are you going to show up and be that value for them? They are seeking this gift. Spend more time doing the right things. This is such an opportunity right now. Will you become the victor and show people how to become victors? Or will we become the victim in this case? I know each and every one of you will not be in this hand, because it's just not who you are. You have the heart to go serve people. You have the heart and values to show up in life and contend for your best life. So as we come together as a family and as a team, I encourage each and every one of you today to think about a couple of things. Why are you here? Why are you here as a coach? What do you want to see possible? What do you want to see happen this month, next month, by the end of summer? Who are you going to go serve? How are you going to give value to the world and serve mankind? It's our 6th habit of transformational leadership. We are here to serve mankind and humanity. We can rise above this, my friends. We can rise above anything if we come together, use each other, help each other, lift each other up, embrace this obstacle, and make a decision. So it all comes down to a decision, my friends. I'm excited. To be honest with you, I don't think I've ever been this excited before on just what's possible for each and every one of you and the shift. We've been waiting for a shift to happen. This is it. This is the shift that we've been waiting for in mankind. Here's our opportunity. So I'm going to allow you guys to come off of mute. I want to see if there's any questions that you have that I can help answer, but I really want to work with each and every one of you. I've opened up my schedule a little bit more and have some more flexibility. Well, because now Jake's off on spring break and we don't have many events that are happening. My schedule's way more free and a little bit more flexible. So I really want to be here for the family and be there for you guys and really work with you guys with anything that you guys need. So I will allow you guys to, unmute yourselves. And then that way you guys can come off and ask any questions that you've got about maybe what we've talked about either the Health and Hope event or, the BFED event or anything like that, or anything at all. By the way, we are still going to do our team huddle tonight at 7 p.m. So we're still on for that. Everything is going to go on as planned for that. So Whitney, I think you said that you have a question. I think you can unmute yourself. Try.
Oh, I was just tapping my hat, but sorry. But I did have some. I was thinking while you were talking about these BFED virtual events and topics and things like that. Since this isn't something we have ever had an opportunity to do down here, and you were talking about, people being, stuck in their houses and things like that. And I was thinking about just, I don't know, getting a little creative with things there with regards to I know I'm always watching what Slim's doing when it comes to physical exercise, because it's just something that I suck at. So, but if everyone's in their home, yeah, got those guns, baby. If everyone's in their home, maybe just doing something like that, she could be our Jane Fonda of the week.
Awesome.
Something like that. And then I was thinking, I actually was talking to someone at my work about this last week, because all week last week, so I work, for those of you that don't know, I work for our local hospital here, and I work on the business side of the house. So we're really considered the unnecessary staff, if you will, when these kinds of things happen. So there's a likelihood of working remotely, but I really started to think about our team at the hospital. Sometimes we all come together for things like, baking for groups of people or whatever. And I was thinking about all these schools closing and all of these parents who are home and all these parents who, either don't have the funds to provide food to their, children, or just how overwhelming and stressful that must be. And I know we're not encouraging people to all get together and do something like this, but this is something that I was thinking about, how could a couple people, or less than a handful of people get together to give back to, in a way, give ourselves back and give to those people who are really struggling at a whole different level right now, just to show them, to me, that's showing them a little bit more of what we're about. And like you're saying, we're not in the scarcity mindset. We're not in the panic mode, we're looking at this as an opportunity to serve more.
Mm-hmm. I like that idea, as certain areas like you and Merrill you know, in Deanne or down, you know, in your area. Shanna's a little bit removed. She's kind of in the halfway point. But, you know, maybe you guys, if you guys feel comfortable in doing that, it's like, how do you give back? You know, is it financial blessings? That you guys decide to pull together in something like that and give back, you know, to the community somehow? Is it, you know, going, I see a lot of people saying, hey, I'd be more than happy to shop with grocery stores for the elderly or people that, you know, um, can't afford, you know, food for their kids as they're, you know, use on spring break and things like that. And you guys are, they close down the schools in your area, I heard, and things like that, and they don't have food. How do you do something like that? I think that's a really good thing, you know, if you guys want to do that, is to talk about those things and how you can give back. Honestly, I'm totally down for ideas on all of those things. Like, how do we give back and how do we show up? So as you guys have ideas on how we can really spread and further the mission and how we can still have community that's in a safe, healthy way and give back, let's talk about those things. You know, put some ideas in the group, or you know, send them to me and we can, you know, get on and chat about them. But I think that those are really good ideas, Whitney. I really do. So anybody else got any questions or comments or ideas or thoughts?
For anybody that wants to do community stuff, I have a book club kind of thing that I started, which you are not obligated to join, but I'm doing some self-development stuff in there, and I've been trying to read. I have like a stack of books I've been trying to get through. And so I have a few members, mostly from the coaching community, but not everyone is a coach, in there kind of trying to pick a book to read and then to go through kind of what we were doing with our leadership team and discussing it as a group. We have yet to decide on which book, but a lot of people are thinking about all these different books and stuff. That could be a way that you can get people involved. It's a public group, so you do not have to have clients specifically, but if you want to, during a time like this when we're working on ourselves, we're stuck at home, we're not really getting out and about, it's a great time to get on and be like, hey, let me still grow my emotional intelligence and let me still do what I can to add value. Those are things you can then additionally share on your personal Facebook pages to inspire when you've learned from others. So it's called Expanding Your Horizons Book Club, Reno Sparks. I can put it, you know, in the group or whatever. If people want to go, feel free to join it. It's not like super formal. There's no obligation to participate if you're not feeling like it. Okay, just a minute. But it's a great way if you're reading these books and things to share with other people, even if you're not reading the same book, just to pop in things that people can learn from you. That's a great way to do community style stuff when you're out in the boonies or you're stuck somewhere and you can't get places. Check with that, you know, group. And then locally here, the weather has been crap, but I also started an outdoor hiking group. So I know we're not gathering in large groups right now, but when we are talking about getting out, we are talking about being out in the open, not being where, you know, anything like in a group lunch setting, but we can still go do hikes with a few people here and there. And especially when we're, you know, enjoying our nature. For those of you that are local, same thing. It's a public group. Anyone's welcome to join. It's a great place to bring prospective clients and coaches or people you want to get to know. I try to plan things about every 2 weeks. Right now, tentatively, we have something at the end of the month. And it's for everyone to plan and be part of. You don't have to just be, you know, doing something specific with hiking. If you want to plan an event and it's virtual right now, hop in there and let's plan an event. I mean, you guys, this is a great tool for you guys to come together and utilize and start building those communities. So I do have those two things going on right now that I'm trying to get going and get some momentum. So feel free to hop in and join if you decide you want to. And then the last thing is the karma boxes. If you're local to the Reno Sparks area and you want to donate to people who are, like Whitney said, maybe they don't have the money to provide for their families. Right now, things are even worse because people are getting laid off or getting part-time work. They may need to lean on those resources even more, and that's completely anonymous. You can just go and drop off prepped bags, items of hygiene and clothing, as well as food, and they're all over Reno Sparks. There may be something similar in your area as well, and if there isn't, maybe start something. Try to get some kind of community drop-off center or something that you can do to help these situations. Because like Whitney was talking, I used to be part of a huge food drive for Title I schools, and unfortunately those kids eat pretty much free lunch, and that's about it sometimes. And when they're out on break for holidays, their families cannot feed them all day long. So we would do a huge food drive to prepare bags to go home for them to have food. It's a very similar mindset where you're providing for areas that don't have it. And right now camps are closed, school is out, parents do not have the resources to be able to help their kids and feed themselves. They're stressing out, and that's part of what this panic is about. So it's a great idea to, if you can, you know, join a mom's group, put some stuff together. If you put it on your porch and people can come pick it up, whatever, like definitely help each other out and love each other even more during these times right now. Those are some ideas for everybody in your areas.
I love it. Such good ideas. I totally forgot about the Karma Box project and all of that stuff too, you know, and that's just it, you know. Many of us aren't going to be able to you know, donate our time in person, but we can donate our time, which is the most precious and valuable asset right now, you know, for those of us that even financially can't give or things like that. Think about how much it means to somebody to show up for them and just listen. This is the basis behind Optavia. Is, as a coach, is we want to be active listeners and see that we can help awaken them to find a solution themselves. This is really going to help all of us build that skill set on how to be good leaders and mentors. Active listening, and just be like, how can I help? How can I show up? Right? So Slim, good idea on the book club. I love it. Thank you so much for putting that in the group. I think that that's amazing, because if you can help people work on their mindset right now, that's going to be one of the biggest things, right? So I just, again, just kind of wrapping this up, you guys, I want to say how flipping amazingly proud we are of each and every one of you for just showing up and just doing the hard work, you know. The most beautiful thing about this, and I keep saying this, is that we're a part of something different. We're a part of something that literally can shift lives. And I don't know about you, but if I hadn't found this 3 years ago, if this was going on, I probably wouldn't have been able to address this the way that I am right now. I probably would have been in full panic mode. I probably would have been like everybody else out there, being irrational. Right? But this has taught me so much on how to manage my emotions and how to be proactive instead of reactive. So let's come together. Let's really help each other. Let's, you know, move together. We can all help each other with all sorts of amazing things right now. And let's just really go help everybody who's looking for what we've got right now. So feel free, like I said, text me, you know, call me with questions, things like that. As you come up with ideas and things like that to help build community or awareness or things like that, let's definitely do it. I really like Whitney's idea of having Slim go into the Living Your Best Life group. Maybe you could do an exercise day every day. Like, this is the kind of stuff, right? Like, this is just kind of cool. I really like that idea. Be like, go live and we're going to teach you how to do some of this, you know, today. Like, still have fun, find your joy, go share this with
I'm
people.
allowed to wear funny stuff like a headband and tight with, like, I'll do it if y'all are ready, but I don't think y'all ready for that.
That's so fun. But this is really where it's at, you know. So I just think that we have just an amazing opportunity right now, you guys, and I want to say thank you for everything. You know, Jeremiah and I, like I said, we're just very humbled to be alongside with you guys right now as you guys are all growing your businesses and doing the hard work during the hard times. And just use us and let us know what we can do. And I'm so grateful for all of you guys that showed up today. Please keep us updated on how things are going in your personal lives and how we can be there for you in your time of need. You know that we'll always do whatever we can to help you guys, more so now than ever. All right, you guys, have a great day. Bye-bye.